did for Stanley what half a dozen executive producers and associate producers and production managers and drivers and tailors do on other movies for directors.
It was a real roller coaster ride, even through a single day. And of course, the days were very, very long. And when you turned in through the gates, these huge wrought iron gates, which would never close normally, they wouldn't just never close. You'd kind of mentally hear this bang, they were closing behind you. You heard, I did. Fact of the matter was, this is it. There will be no you until you start driving out of here at some point. The phone calls you had to make early in the morning with the laboratory or Warner's in London, because what you know is you're going to be chasing for the rest of the day. The thing was, when I say I worked 14, 15, 16-hour days, that was at the place. That was at Stanley's place, the place where we worked. But when I got home, it was all telephone work.
Was there a big staff on the stage?
No, there was me. I dealt with all the film, video, TV, lab work and all that stuff, to do with his movies. And then there was Tony Fruin, who looked after the estate, a go-between writers between them and Stanley. And then there was Jan, who looked after Stanley's interests and legal interests, and that was it.
But you handled Stanley creatively.
No, I never handled Stanley. I never handled Stanley.
Reword it for me.
I handled myself so I could exist in Stanley's world. You're there till 3 in the morning, and he's writing these notes. And that's how I learned so much about color timing, because I was with him doing it for all those years. It was years.
Most of his grading, he'd stop and start on the Steenbeck. He'd come in about 11, and Leon would be there. So it was very much a family thing.
This is Stanley's notes, the maestro's writing. All bloody night doing this. Very unnatural colour. Ryan's hair is not orange. 15 pages of this stuff. I'm sure their hearts sank when they did come in the morning and find this waiting for them. Warner Brothers went through a time where every fax they sent you had that. You actually started to hate Bugs Bunny. You really did. You thought, this is another bad news fax coming through. This was 2001 video VHS with the notes that I gave them. They hadn't followed my layout, not to the millimeter. So I had to give them these notes. I did this one, there it is, and then you open it up, and then you had a little booklet. Everything had to be to the millimeter. We even got Stanley to sign. I was using a color copier. Do you know how slow those things were? It drove me nuts. It drove me nuts because Stanley wanted everything now. This was all pre-production on Wartime Lies, a.k.a. airing papers, hand weapons list, small arms, artillery, inventory. Do you know, for every one of Stanley's films, there were like 25 protection tracks. For every single original negative, there were dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens. The original negative of Dr. Strangelove disappeared off planet Earth. And the only bit of original negative you'll see is just one little short when Mandrake has discovered a working radio that tells him that there is not a nuclear alert. And so for 10 years, I was searching for that one. That's why we kept a track of every reel of all of Stanley's movies, and if we could grab them and store them and archive them ourselves, we did.
And that was a full-time job itself?
No, funnily enough, everything you ever did was a full-time job.